Dave, another home game to look forward to this weekend. Wimbledon, the visitors to Edgeley Park. How have preparations been going into this week?
Yeah, good. Obviously looking forward to the game. Another tough game against a team that want to try and play. So should be an open game. Like I say, one that I'm looking forward to, but ultimately one that we want to try and attack in a positive way and do whatever we can to get 3 points.
You said on Tuesday that confidence has maybe understandably taken a little bit of a knock with the start that County have had, but there still seems a lot of togetherness about the place at the minute. I mean, what's the mood been like for you around the camp and in the dressing room?
There's plenty of togetherness. That doesn't change. The day-to-day stuff takes care of itself. You have to keep it upbeat. You have to keep working hard, which the players have absolutely been doing. It's the tough bit, as I've said previously. The variables all happen on a 3 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon on a big green rectangle, and that's the bit where we've not quite got it right. And we just need things to go in, like I say, in our favour. Even you look at last year, our success, for all the good that we did, you get little bits go your way. And when you are in a good run of form and winning games, those little decisions, those little ricochets, those little deflections tend to go in your favour. At the minute, everything's going against us, and we're being punished for mistakes, which you can look at it and say, well, you deserve to be punished for mistakes. Absolutely, we have to learn from that. But at the moment, lots of things are going against us. But we can't feel sorry for ourselves and use them as excuses. You have to work harder to get through that. And we know that with what we've got, it will turn, and we hope that starts on Saturday.
You hinted previously when speaking to John that the club would potentially look at incomings before the transfer deadline. That obviously didn't come about in the end. What were the reasons for that, and what was transfer deadline day like for you?
It was pretty busy. It was long. It was late. We looked at different things, and as I've said before, if we felt that we could get the right person or persons in that would improve us, then we'd have done it. We looked at lots of different things. Unfortunately, things didn't happen for us, and probably over the course, if you sit back and reflect, we'd probably have looked to add one player, and that player didn't happen for lots and lots of different reasons. So you can look at it in a way that said we want to bring potentially one more in, didn't happen, or you can go, I look at the group we've got and be really happy with it, and I am that. The other player that potentially wanted to bring in, it would have been a type rather than anything else, would have given us different options. We don't have the options now. That's fine. We have to deal with that. I think in hindsight, and what you have to reflect on is that ultimately, from a club's perspective, whether we like it or not, we're sort of bottom of the food chain in terms of the Football League and the transfer window. So Championship clubs are waiting to see what Premier League clubs do and whether they'll let players out. As a result of that, Championship clubs might let players out. If not, they'll keep them in. League One clubs are doing the same for Championship and Premier League clubs. League Two clubs are sat right at the bottom waiting to see what happens at the Premier League that affects the Championship, that might affect League One, that then may see things come our way. So it all becomes very last minute and very sort of hectic. And unfortunately, we didn't bring, certainly in one position, the players in or player in that would have helped us. But it's, like I say, it's not the end of the world. I'm comfortable with where we're at, and we'll continue to look at things, be that for short term or be that for January when that comes around, because it will come around pretty quickly, and we'll see where we're at that point.
You have added to your squad in the free transfer market today, of course, with the signing of Chris Hussey. Not a bad performance on Tuesday night against County, obviously scored the winner. He brings an awful lot of experience to this squad.
Yeah, he'll be invaluable in terms of that. So plays different positions and can play different positions down that left hand side. But the big thing that will undoubtedly add to the group is that know-how and understanding of league football, and not just league football, success in league football in terms of promotions, in terms of in winning teams, in terms of dealing with dealing with pressure and what that looks like, but a calmness, a calming influence on the pitch, his experience as well as his quality on the ball and in defending will be massive for us. So a really welcome addition, and one that hopefully will have a big impact very quickly.
Is he a player that could be involved this weekend, or does he need to be eased in?
No, he'll absolutely be involved this weekend in some capacity. He obviously played 90 minutes in the game on Tuesday, so although he's not played a huge amount of football, he's certainly up to speed. And like I say, I think he'll have a positive influence on the group.
Accio Wright was obviously made his debut on Tuesday night, a very good debut by all accounts. Is he ready to go again on Saturday, or is that one that needs to be carefully managed with him?
No, both. He's ready to go again, but he needs to be again carefully managed and will be. Again, he'll very likely be in the matchday squad tomorrow. We've a bounce game on Monday where if he doesn't get the minutes that we either want him to get or he needs on Saturday, then he can do that on Monday. But we're pretty close with Aki in terms of maybe being able to push him in one more game and should be back to being able to get closer and closer to 90 minutes, which will be great for him and great for us as a group.
Are there any other injuries to be concerned about? I know Maka took a pretty hefty whack towards the back end of that game on Tuesday.
No, he's fine. The only one that hasn't trained today is Ryan Rydell, and he's more due to the fact that he has done some increased running. He felt a little bit of fatigue sort of yesterday, so not one that will push, will not be available this weekend, but I envisage he'll be back on the grass on Monday, and hopefully a full week's training will make him available for selection come next weekend.
You're obviously without your captain for the next 3 games. I think the last time Paddy missed the league game was all the way back in November, so obviously a big loss, but does it have to be used now as an opportunity for maybe someone like Ollie Crankshaw to step up and show what they can do in that role?
Yeah, of course, it's an opportunity, absolutely. Like you say, I think the last time Paddy missed games was a long while ago. Ollie got a hat-trick that day, so hopefully that is a decent omen for what potentially could happen at the weekend. But one person's misfortune, if you like, and ill discipline in this instance results in somebody else getting an opportunity. It's their opportunity to now grab, and we have plenty of options, if you like, up the top end of the pitch that we can choose to go with, be it with one striker, 2 strikers, 2 10s behind a striker. There's lots of different ways we can go on, permutations that we'll use and potentially have to use over the course of the game. But listen, Paddy's an important player for us, but you have to deal with situations over the course of the season, be that suspensions, be that injuries, whatever that might be, and Saturday will be no different to that.
I mean, in terms of players stepping up, I mean, Mark Kitchen might be a good example of that. Obviously had that spell out of the team, out of the squad, but it's started the last 4 games and just started to look a little bit more like the old Kitch. Yeah,
people will go through different bits or different stages in terms of playing, performing, not playing, not performing, and we're still trying to find that balance, if you like, that continuity in terms of positions, in terms of selection. So people want to try and get runs of games in order to get that confidence, get that, I suppose, regularity in terms of playing. It's difficult to do in amongst a squad that's really strong. So there are still places up for grabs. There's still, like I say, opportunities there, but we need to be more settled down around what we're looking to do and how we go about it.
What have you made of Wimbledon so far this season? Obviously relegated last season, 2 wins, 2 draws, 2 defeats, so fairly mixed. What sort of side are you expected to face?
Yeah, as you say, mixed bag. I think they've been probably victims a little bit in terms of decisions gone in their favour, reduced to 10 men in one game, then got overturned, but they lose that game convincingly when they were 2-0 up. Excuse me. But no, they've had it, like I say, they've had a mixed bag, a mixed start, but are pretty sort of regular in terms of how they go about things. They will try and play. They play with a certain shape. There's lots of sort of set patterns that they'll try and work. They've got 2 hard workers up front, and they've got some creativity in midfield areas. lots of information from our side of things. We've got to focus on us. We've got to concentrate on what we are and where we are. We haven't been the best version of ourselves yet, and we've got to get to that point. We will look at other teams and what they do. That's take a granted, if you like, but we've really got to focus on us and us being better than what we have been for a consistent period over the course of 90 minutes, not over in fits and starts over the course of a game. So that's where we'll be. Training's been really bright this week. Everyone's looking forward to the game. We see the game as a big opportunity for us, one that we want to try and take in front of our home fans.
Dave, thanks for talking to us today.
Cheers, thank you.